Wow, welcome to the top of the $1 million spot. Before we go on, I would like for y'all to like, subscribe, and share to the channel. We would gladly appreciate that. We would gladly appreciate that. Make sure y'all hit the notification bell. Let y'all know we on. Sometimes we just pop up at any time and just do some stuff and just come on and just do some stuff. But normally it's Monday through Friday at 9 o'clock, and I'm trying to do one at 12. So whenever Morgan is available, my special guest, we can do at 12 also. So also, if you're in a giving spirit, since the holidays are here, y'all can always donate to the channel. Donate whatever's in your heart to help the channel grow. And that's about it. But the title today is lock. I don't even know the title. What's the title? Lock up.
Basically, it's going to be about being in a relationship locked up, but from the other side.
That's what it is.
So
All right.
we're not speaking on whoever is locked up. We speaking on the person that is on the outside holding down the person that's locked up.
Yes, because that's a big issue. That's a big issue. Well, not even an issue because it's not an issue. It's a big thing right now, and I think
especially since COVID.
Especially since COVID, because you're inside, you inside, they're inside. So
we all locked down.
You're all locked down. So why not talk to that special person? You can't really go out anywhere else anyway. So we're pretty much talking about that on and how they do it, and Morgan is going through the situation. My special guest here, Morgan, she was on here last time. What, that was about 2 weeks ago or something. Well, not even 2 weeks ago. Last week. Yeah, last week. And her and Key were on here. We were talking about some stuff, and today we're going to talk about this topic: being in love with a
inmate,
with an inmate, basically. Yeah. So we will make it plain and simple. And she's in that situation. I'm wondering, like, how you do it. How did you? What for? How long you been in for?
So he ended up getting 15 years.
15 years.
But it's been about 12 years now. And I actually met him whenever he was in county. So I worked at the county jail. But
oh, you worked there? I didn't know you worked there.
Yeah, I worked there, and that's how I met him. No, I wasn't a guard. I actually sold commissary, and so whenever he came up to get his commissary, he noticed that my name was Morgan and his last name is Morgan.
And you're pretty.
Yeah, and he was just very respectful, you know what I mean? So he was just really nice. That's the vibes that I got from him, respectful of me. And he thought it's cute to call me Mrs. Morgan because his last name is Morgan.
And at least he didn't call you Megan.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, yo.
So anyways, but yeah, so I met him whenever he was in county, actually waiting to get sentenced and waiting to get reindicted. And so he did. He got reindicted. He got that 15-year sentence. So right away, it was just on some friend stuff. You know what I mean? I stopped working at the jail only a few months after I met him. But like I said, we were just cool. Like we couldn't even really speak to each other due to the fact that
that's how down it was. That's how hard it was.
Yeah, due to the fact that whenever you work at a jail, you're not supposed to be fraternizing with any inmates.
Any kind of way.
Of any kind of way.
Whatever the policy is.
Yeah, about the commissary, what do you need? What can I get you? And that's it. And the little exchange of their card that we scan to get the money off of and give them a receipt.
And that's
it. So after I'd finished with that job and everything, a few months later, I got let go. I ended up writing him about 7 months later. Just because I remembered his name, I remember
see how you doing.
Yeah, more just like on some friend stuff. Like I never,
expect that to.
I wasn't looking for love at the jail. Definitely not. Definitely was not looking for love at the jail. So, like I said, I went ahead and wrote him like 7 months later, and he wrote me back. He realized he knew who I was and stuff by me writing him, and he just basically asked me to come visit him, and so we could talk. And because I seen his charge wanted to get to know
him
better.
and
Yeah. And like, what was your part in all of this?
by him being so respectful and stuff
Right.
and nice,
like what do you have to hide?
And what is he doing? A nice, respectable person doing?
Right.
And
is this all like an act, or
yeah.
are you that way,
Yeah.
or what is it? So, anyways, after I did go and visit him that first time, and like I said, I mean, we were friends for probably like about a year. From that point on, I would visit him, I write him, just being a friend to him, you know what I'm saying? And then it got
It just
serious.
happened. Yes, yes.
I mean, it's hard not to catch feelings for somebody that you care about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You care about their well-being. They're so
yeah.
sweet to you.
And
know,
it's so sad the situation that he's in, and then just learning things about him, about his life, about his past, how he grew up, what he had to go through, just learning all that about him and him learning all that about me. It's like, how can you not care about a person?
And a lot of people in jail are locked up for like false allegations or why they got them locked up for that long just for something like this. Yeah, the prison system is messed up. But anyway, that's another topic. Go ahead.
But yeah, so it's just kind of like, I didn't mean for that to happen. Of course, he did want a relationship early on. He didn't want to just be friends, but he knew if that's all he could get, that's what he would take. It's just a friendship. But feelings come into play, and then it's like you even more so want to be there for that person. Or me personally, I even more so wanted to be there for him because, I mean, not just because I felt bad, but
I know, like I always say on my other podcast, like females, ladies are emotional. They go off of emotions, and a lot of emotions came in there for him because of the situation he was in. He's a nice person and everything, and it just happened. So yeah.
And don't get me wrong. I mean, he's done his dirt. You know what I'm saying? He's made his bad decisions.
Yeah,
he wasn't, let's just say, innocent in this situation that he's locked up for now. But he definitely, let's just say, other people ruined it for him. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it always is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, most always is. Yes.
Whenever it comes down to taking your lick, are you gonna take it, or are you gonna point the finger at somebody else?
And most of the time, people point the finger at somebody else. It was him, son. And the man was ratting on nobody. I'm not no rat. That's the same ones being at.
But whenever it comes to you getting in that room, and they're talking about sending you up the river for a time.
What? You gonna rat? You gonna snitch?
And you have family. You got kids on top of that. More than likely, you're gonna say something.
Yep. So nobody will ever talk, but what y'all not gonna say, what y'all not gonna
until you're in that situation.
Exactly.
You really don't know. No, I would never want to snitch. You know what I'm saying?
But if it comes to it, who knows?
And especially if you didn't do the crime.
And you was just, what's they say, guilty by affiliation
or association. Oh yeah. Or wrong place, wrong time.
I see one person in here. Can we do 1 and 1? Can we get a 1 person in and a 1 thumbs up, please? Thank y'all so much. Thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever y'all want. Anyone y'all want. Hey, that's how it is. Make it match. So hold on. Yeah. But so yeah, so this is interesting because I always wanted to know, and I met a real life person who just a real life lady, because most of the ladies on the outside dating guys in prison. I'm just want to know, and I mean, I'm interested in how it works and everything. Like finish the story. I mean, it's getting interesting. I mean, this interesting. Go ahead.
So pretty much, we kind of caught feelings for each other, and I've pretty much been down ever since, and that's been, like I said, about 12 years ago. So is it hard?
Speaking of 12 years, so all right, how do you stay, I can't say faithful because I know we all have our issues, and we all get that tingly feeling, and we see somebody and we need that itch scratch. We need to get that tingly feeling out. How do you do it? I mean, I know How do you do it? Tell me, how do you 12
So
years?
that is people's number one question usually to me. Once they hear that I've been down with somebody for about 12 years, that is their number one question. But the way that they say it, they always say, "So are you loyal?" And my thing to me is, I've always been loyal. Have I been faithful? No.
Mm, and that's the difference. Loyal
Yeah.
and faithful is different. You're
Yeah.
right.
I mean, I've
That's
been
I like
down.
that.
I've been sending him
Thank you
money.
so much for the thumbs up.
I've been sending him money.
Mhm.
I've been writing him letters. I've been sending him pictures. I used to go visit him. I'm not allowed to anymore, but I used to go
Huh?
visit him.
What y'all did like that?
Let me just say the system has their ways
Of finding
of
things out.
no, there wasn't nothing to find out. They
Oh,
just have their ways of like fucking people over basically.
gotcha.
And it shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody that the system does that. I mean, it's so all over the place now
Oh my God, yes.
about how bad inmates have it and stuff, and
Mhm.
how the system is supposed to be
Rehabilitation.
rehabilitation, but it's definitely not.
Not even
I think it
close.
makes the worse worser.
Yeah, and make the best worse.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's really like I feel like they really try to break your spirit in there. And I feel like some of them guards, they
Oh
have the
my
power
God.
trip
Yes.
because
And they really have no power.
especially the ones that don't have any power in their personal life. They take that shit to the
That's like
head.
managers and police and stuff like that who got a little power somewhere in a small
Mhm.
area, and they use that thinking they sitting on top of the world. Exactly.
Yep. But the thing is, in the prison system, it's so much easier to get away with it because
It's so crooked in there.
all of them that work there, they all have each other's back because they're all trying to keep their job.
Gotcha. So
So
they
if
can lie. They can lie for this person and lie for that person.
oh
Lie
yeah,
on it. And,
oh yeah,
yeah.
oh yeah. So like I was saying earlier, is it hard? Most definitely. Probably one of the hardest things that I've been through in my life for the longest period of time, obviously, in my life. But it definitely is a part of me. And I just like to talk about it because I feel like there are some people in a similar situation.
I think it's
And
a lot of
yeah,
more than we think.
and they won't talk about it.
No,
Or
exactly.
they don't know who to talk to.
Because they're gonna feel judged. They're gonna feel judged on it. They're gonna feel like
yeah.
people like, how can you do that? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And over here, judgment free zone. You know what I mean? Judgment free zone all the way. And it's like I have to be judgment free because I've been too much to try to judge anybody because who am I? Who am I? I'm no better than anybody else, you know? And I feel like no one is under me and nobody is above me. So, and then same as him, he might be in prison, but he is still a human.
And he's not below anyone.
Yeah, he's not
if
below
they, If they
anybody.
Bill Gates, he's not even below him. He just got caught up in.
We are all on the same playing field. It's really in your mental how you put that. If you don't believe that in your self confidence, in your self esteem, or just believe in yourself, you gonna feel like you below everybody. You'll feel like it. But we are really all on the same playing field. It's just really how you put it in your mental. Oh yeah.
It's a mindset.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it is.
And so, and speaking of mindset, like I said, whenever it comes to this, it's so hard. But all I can try to do is be positive. All I can try to do is to communicate with him as much as I'm able to.
And I'll talk about positive, negative, and reality. Now, in this case, it is good to be positive because it's nothing you can really do about that reality. So you got to think positive. Now, that's a good explanation of the real positive. You think the positive outcome, he gonna get out sooner. He gonna something just dramatically
he'll make
happen.
parole.
Yes,
he'll make parole this time. You know, but
and that's thinking positive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the real positive. Now, when reality come in, it is what it is because we don't know reality of that reality was going to happen. All you can do is think positive. Now that's really thinking positive. So yeah, so go ahead. I'm getting into this. Go ahead. Shit, the story time with Morgann.
So, but yeah, it's definitely hard. I would say the number one thing that is the hardest is communication. And the number one most important thing is communication.
Yes.
So, by him sometimes getting in trouble or being around trouble and getting the fault for that as well.
And getting blocked from the communication with you.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. So we don't get to communicate. He'll lose his phone privileges or what have you. And then he's not able to call me. And usually that will last like anywhere from 30 days to 6 months. You know, I mean, it could.
So as long as you ever went without communication with them, they cut it off from you.
Besides letters, like actually speaking to each other, probably like maybe like 2 or 3 months.
Damn.
Yeah.
But you can still write though.
Yeah,
All right.
that's where snail mail comes into play.
Snail mail.
I mean, you can do regular mailing.
You can still do
or JPay.
JPay, yeah.
Yeah. You can do JPay, but they can't JPay you back. Like you're gonna get it right back or anything. They have to actually write you. So I can JPay him a letter and he can get it by that night. Like if I send it by 7:30 in the morning, he can get it by that night. Usually, most prisons in Texas.
It take a couple of days at most to get it because they got to look at it.
Yeah, they have to review it, make sure it doesn't say anything, criminalizing, blah blah blah. And but I'll JPay him. Usually, he can get it that night, maybe the next day. But he has to write me a regular letter, which could take 3-4 days, depending on what day he sends it,
and that's
depending on how long they look at it. It just depends.
And that's for cutting off privileges, or that's just the way it is.
It's just the way it is.
So my uncle, because I have an uncle in prison, I JPay him, he JPay me right back.
See, some places they have that.
Texas.
Is he in Texas?
No, he in Louisiana.
See. Texas, I don't know if we have that.
Texas
we don't have computers for them to or tablets.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think they are starting to get these tablets so you can do video visits.
This guy got a tablet I met him on the app where I met you at the app. And this guy had a whole tablet. He was in prison. He had a whole tablet he brought back with all kind of stuff on it.
They have games, movies, all that kind of stuff. But you still have to pay for all of it, or somebody has to pay for it for you. Gotcha. So it's still another bill. Right?
Shit, I mess around and go to shit. If I ever get homeless, I'm going to prison. Shit, that gets free internet and all that. Well, not free.
3 hots in a cot. Huh?
Yeah, 3 hots in a cot. But yeah, so yeah, go ahead. I'm interested in this. Is story time here.
But yeah, so kind of touching back, most difficult stuff, like I said, is communication. And the prison really just messing him over. The prison getting me kicked off of his visitation list, and it's been about 5 years now. I've been kicked off.
So you couldn't see him for 5. You can't go over there. Wow. I take my hat off to you. I can't take my hat off to you. But Don, I tip my hat to you. Like, wow, dang, 5 years you can't see him. So I guess JPay and phone calls will just keep me out strong.
Yeah, but like right now, he don't have phone privileges, so it's been since maybe early summer since he's had phone privileges.
So that's like 6 months almost.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So right now it's like really hard because our communication is like so scarce. So we hardly ever get to communicate. But like I said, and like you said, I mean, we just got to try to keep it on a positive note.
Yes,
it is the hardest thing ever. I have my days, I break down, but I really just have to get back up and keep moving with it, because by me not communicating with him, or me not being
hearing
there,
his voice or anything,
being there for him like I should be, it really just makes it a lot harder for him. And it is hard for me being on the outside, but I'm not locked in a box all day long, steady just thinking about him and thinking about when is he going to write me.
So what about, all right, so what keeps the bond with you, with him, and you got all these men out here whose prospects that you can meet a, quote, better guy than him, which is really not a better guy than him in certain situation, who's got, his things together, who got his own place, who got the status or whatever you want to call it. What makes you keep your bond to him when you have all these options on the outside?
That's a good question, but it's an easy answer.
Gotcha.
To me, it's all about this. It's all about loyalty. Loyalty.
Loyalty.
And the
Yes.
thing is, I committed myself to him.
Cool.
I committed myself to him and I made that commitment. And to be honest with you, I really thought he might be out around 7 years, no later than that. We're going on 12.
Wow.
So it's like I told him, I wrote him most recently saying this is like the hardest thing ever, but it's gonna come down to we're just holding on, and I'll
I'm
give you
hoping
that.
for the best.
Yeah, and I'll give you that opportunity. I'll give you 15 years because I knew from jump that's what you had.
And you know what you was getting yourself into.
I knew what I was getting myself into. So is it fair? A lot of people would be like, girl, you better live your life.
But
our life is so short.
You still are living your life, but
Yeah.
you're still loyal to him because, say for instance, speaking of loyalty, I worked for AT&T. I don't know if I can say this. I worked for AT&T for 19 years, but I had Sprint phone for 18 years. So I was loyal to Sprint. But I was working for AT&T and I had got discounts and everything. But that's how loyal person I am. So I understand where you come from with loyalty. I didn't like, how you got Sprint? You get all these discounts, blah, 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 blah. Sprint has good customer service, in my opinion. Anything I ask them for, and I tell them I work for the competitor, they're like, oh yeah, well you come on, you can stay, come on. So Laurie, I don't believe it. I can't say I believe in astrology and all that stuff, but I'm a Cancer. And Cancers are loyal. We are loyal people. That's what they say, and that's the way I am. I'm a loyal. When I'm with you, I'm with you. But just don't betray me. Because if you betray me, I'm done with you. I don't care who you are. I'm done.
Right.
Because if I'm gonna put all my loyalty into you, and you gonna turn your back on me like that, I'm done with you. I'm gonna be loyal to you as you are loyal to me. So I understand that loyalty.
And also, like, people might laugh at this or think this is ridiculous or might not believe me. But all my past relationships, most of the guys that I've been with, they ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? But
that's what it is.
But the reason why I'm saying that is because he's done more for me in that prison
than
most
guys.
Yeah. Than most of these fools out here and the past relationships that I've had. So yes, they weren't shit because somebody can't do that much for you in prison. But he's done more for me. I've been driving to go see him and not realize I was low on gas. You know what he did?
Not sent you money for gas.
He got money from somebody, I don't know who.
And sent you money for gas.
Made some kind of deal with somebody in there. I was visiting him. We still had contact visits at the time. I went to visit him, and whenever I got in to visit, he passed me a $10 bill from his mouth that he got from somebody. He passed me a $10 bill, so he knew I could make it back home. That's
through his mouth, literally.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was the most important thing for him, for me to get home.
And we got dudes out here.
And he made whatever deal he had to make and sacrifice whatever he had to sacrifice.
He didn't have to do that.
And lost whatever commissary he had to lose. I don't know what he did.
But he didn't have to.
Just to get me gas. Because I cannot depend on anybody.
Think about it. I'm locked up. I won't see you for, I don't know how long. I could just forget you and leave you stranded there with no gas. And once I go back, I don't have to see you no more. He could have just did that, left you stranded. He did.
Or he could have been like, I can't help you. What am I supposed to do? He could have just been like, and that's typical. What are you supposed to do? You're locked up. You can't do anything for me.
But we got guys who are free, can't even give you an Uber ride to their house, or can't even pay for your gas to come to your house when they have the means. But this guy in prison, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So a lot of people think that's kind of like crazy, but I do say that, like, and that's facts. Like, he's done a lot more for me than anybody ever. And that's not including my parents. That just means you know, friends or relationships.
Like And I always talk about that too. You say you've been through a lot of bad relationships. I always say that, like, when ladies are younger, you go through like the worst guys when you're younger. But as y'all get older, y'all really realize what's going on. But the good thing, you don't have kids, right?
No.
So that's you've been blessed. You don't have kids, so you still got time and things and everything to get your life and all the whatever your goal is trying to get. You still got time with no kids at 30, 33.
33.
Wow, 33 with no kids. And dated a few guys, had a few boyfriends and stuff.
You have a serious relationship.
That's responsible. That's why this lady gonna be my partner. She's my partner, y'all. So she's not just on an interview. She's gonna be my business partner. Because this lady responsible. She bring a lot of stuff to me that I don't see to make this work. So wow, 33 with no kids. I mean that says a lot. So. But I mean, I respect that. I mean, wow. I mean, loyalty to this guy who's locked up. You don't see this guy. You can't touch him. You can't feel him. You can't nothing except talk to him through some
paper and a pen.
That's it. And
old school
sometime
way.
a phone. So
yeah, and sometimes a phone. Sometimes, like twice in the last week, he's actually got to call me, but. The reason why is because he fell all the way out of place. Meaning he took off in the prison and went somewhere where he wasn't supposed to be just to call me.
That kind of got him in trouble.
No, it didn't. Because he didn't get caught, but he could have got caught. He could have got caught. So yeah, he fell out of place to communicate, to make those couple phone calls.
And some dudes are free. He wouldn't do that.
No.
Wow.
No.
Wow, that's
just me. No.
And then I believe you. I believe you on that because number one, he really don't have anything else, or probably anyone else who really is supporting him like that on the outside. His family probably turn against him or whatever, and he probably don't have nobody else but you, so he do everything to keep you happy. I just hope when you get out, y'all can make this work and live your life because, like I said, I think. Like I'm thinking, like once y'all get out, like I said, most relationships don't last. But once you get out, I think y'all have enough lifetime to go and make it work forever. Because he would be a fool to any man would be a fool if a lady been down for you, been loyal to you. Now a guy already know a lady gonna get the itch, and she gonna need a scratch. Now, if you understand that, I think those relationships can work. And once you get out of the situation, I don't like to get out of prison. Once you get out of this situation, I hope he stays loyal to her and they just make it work. Because I love to see people as a couple happy together in relationships. But this is what the podcast is about. Most of the I probably say 90% relationships. I love to see people happy because relationships to me are important, whether it's intimate, whether it's friends, intimate family, business, friends, or whatever, any kind of relationship. Because we're not here on this earth to be by ourselves. We are social creatures, and we should always make sure relationships come first before anything.
Yeah. And I feel like it's just always nice to have a friend or just somebody to talk to, just to bounce the conversation off of or what have you, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe even somebody that can relate to you. Yeah. And especially somebody that's not going to judge you.
Exactly.
Whenever it comes to like crazy things or like stuff like this.
Like this, because this is easy to judge. Because I was like, before, I was like, what the hell that a woman want to do with somebody in prison and like this? How do they do that?
Yeah.
But when I went through what I went through, I look at life a whole lot different now. I don't be as judgmental for things that I don't really understand, but I still give good advice to my ability of what I went through, in my perspective of the way things should go, from research, from experience, from other people's experience. And as long as you're not hurting nobody else and you make it happen, do what you do. But at the same time, it's short. Men, get on your journey, get on your purpose. Women, find you a good man who's on his journey and purpose and who's going to respect you and take care of you. And I think everything's going to be all right. That's just my perspective of life. Yeah. What you think?
Totally agree with that, and then it's just always between the two. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's always about you and your partner, and y'all coming together and coming to the compromise of what's going to make both of y'all happy.
It's just like the Bible said. Yeah, they say a woman have to submit to a man, but the man have to submit to the woman also as he submit to the church and God. You know what I'm saying? Because nothing said that we shouldn't submit to our woman. Everybody always think the woman's supposed to submit to the man. We gotta submit to our woman too. That we gonna be there for her. Our submission is protection, provision, and provide. That's we submitting. That's we submit to our woman. You know what I'm saying? So we still as men submit. So don't think we have to submit. We don't have to submit, but we just got to get it we got to get it into a lot of ladies that submission is not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what we talked about on our other
Last
show a week
week.
ago. Yeah. So
If y'all didn't see it, check it out.
check it out. It's go hard. So yeah, we went real, and it's gonna get realer as we go. Especially when we get Key back, it's gonna be on. She just had to work, but when she be back, it's gonna be on and popping. We're gonna get deeper and deeper for real. So yeah. So
well, and kind of the last thing I wanted to touch up on is basically people always ask, so like we touched upon it earlier. Am I faithful?
Yeah.
I gave the answer no.
No.
That's facts.
Because
but
you can't be
faithful. The thing
faithful.
is, he knows.
It's hard. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He has to know.
Oh, he knows.
He has to know.
He
that.
knows.
He has to be cool with it too.
What I call it is that our policy, and me and his policy is,
and that's a written policy. Yeah, not a mental
an
policy.
Unwritten policy.
Unwritten policy. Yeah.
Yeah, our policy is don't ask questions you don't want the answer to, because it's going to be raw and it's going to be real, uncut. And it might sting a little depending on what that answer is. But
so just if you don't want to know the answer, remember, don't ask. And that's just don't go for her situation. That go for anybody's situation. If you don't want to answer, if you can't handle the truth, don't.
Or what
ask.
You think the truth might be.
Yep.
You shouldn't ask.
And if the truth, if somebody do tell you the truth, then you didn't ask and it hurt. Oh well, just let it hurt. Don't try and evade it. Mm-hmm. Don't try and get away from it. Let that
it's
truth
better
hurt.
that the person's being brutally honest.
Yes, because it's gonna only hurt for a little while.
Because you don't want lies.
For real.
You don't want lies.
And lies feel good. Lies can feel good as hell, good as fuck. Lies can feel good, but in the end, it's gonna hurt. Because I'd rather get the truth out now the way it hurt now, and you get over it. You get past that hurt. Versus you going on feeling good.
Because then it's really gonna hurt. It's gonna be like a blow.
Because there's so much lies on it. And when you find out the real truth and all them lies that's on to it, and you're gonna be like the coyote on a road runner, hit that level. Yeah. They're gonna be a long fall and it's gonna hurt. So everybody who get these feel good lies, y'all better find out the truth and accept it and stop making excuses for it. Because it's gonna be a hard fall when people tell you the truth, you're not gonna be able to accept that. You're gonna make all kind of excuses for that. So make sure y'all get with the truth. The truth do set you free, really. Set you free.
But when it comes to me entertaining anybody, basically my dude told me this: if you entertain anybody, whatever, but do 3 things. Don't let them take your mind, your soul, or your spirit.
There you go.
Keep your peace.
And your loyalty. Please don't take your loyalty either. Mm-hmm.
Yep, he always told me don't let nobody be in your ear trying to tell you or talk you out of anything. And trust and believe, every single one.
They tried.
Almost every single one. They have tried. They'll be like, man, you don't even know this fool, blah, blah, blah. He gonna cheat. Number one thing people say, he gonna cheat on you. He gonna do whatever he wants whenever he get out. No, whenever he get out. Whenever he gets out, but first thing he's gonna do is cheat on you.
They probably gonna cheat too. The ones who tell you they gonna cheat sooner or later too. So what?
I really take it with a grain of salt. I'd be like, they just spitting game.
That's all it is.
They're just trying to spit game. Yeah, I see through the bullshit.
And my thing about it is, basically, they just want sex, but they're going too deep into it. If you just want sex, guys, say you just want sex.
Say that. Like, you don't have to run game on me. Like, you can tell me, like, that's what you want. Maybe,
and she cool with it.
Maybe you'll get it. Maybe you won't. It just depends on how I really feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you
it
can't
really
change
depends
that.
on how I'm vibing with you. You know
That's
what
why
I'm
I
saying?
tell guys, don't lie to women. Just say what you
Just
want.
say it. It gets on my nerves more so if somebody is trying to like run game and like after hanging out with me like once or twice, they're gonna text me and be like, "I miss you."
And that's
Ooh.
bullshit.
You miss me?
You're getting too much in
and
your
I'm
emotion,
talking
dude.
about hanging out like smoking, you know, like maybe like been around
Maybe
each
30
other,
minutes.
maybe been around each other a total of 2 hours, 2.5 hours within that 2 times of meeting each other. Altogether, we've only been around each other 2.5 hours, and you're telling me you miss me? Like, you could be like, you don't have to say I miss you, because I feel like that's
I enjoy your time, and I would like your time again.
Or it was good having your company around,
and I would like it again.
Yeah.
What can we do this
and that's
again?
if you only mean it. Like, don't run
Yeah,
game.
no, right.
Like, the game's not gonna work. You
Because
know
I'm
what
gonna tell you, just like I always tell the guys, look, the game you think you're running on females, trust me, these ladies know if they want you or if they're not. When they first talk to you, or they first see you, or whatever it is, they already know. So sometimes you just shut the fuck up and just let things happen. Just let it happen, because you don't really ask a lady for sex anyway. If you just want the sex, just do you and shut the fuck up and just let everything fall in place. That's basically how it go. Because you might ask him for sex, and you gonna throw the whole thing off. Because she probably won't hear that. She probably already know you. She knows she won't give it. She knows she won't do it with you. And all of a sudden you like, yeah, baby, can we have sex? And she like, what? You weirdo? Get the hell out of here. And then panties coming right back up. She probably wet for your ass, and all of a sudden she dry up like the Sahara Desert. Since you say that one thing, that's why I tell fellas, you gotta understand female nature.
But that's my thing though. Like, but if I'm like feeling you, I'm gonna let you know. After you already know my situation, I'm gonna let you know I'm feeling you.
And like, even if she don't tell you, she might show you.
Yeah, that's kind of like a green light right there.
Yeah,
so
right
it's like,
yeah. So you just make the move. Shut the fuck up and just make the move. You know what I'm saying? Make a smooth move.
Or if you're nervous or you don't know if that's a green light,
yeah,
you could ask and be like, hey, so are you feeling me? Because I thought you were, just due to this, or because you said this, or because you did this.
Because I don't want to get the wrong idea.
Yeah, I don't want to get the wrong idea.
Or grab a finger or something. You know, if you have grab a finger, put your hand on leg, something smooth, just laugh at and just touch her or something like that. Trust me, you will know.
See how she reacts.
You see how she reacts. Mm-hmm. And 9 times out of 10, if a woman wants you, she gonna touch on you. She gonna touch her and she'll play with her hair. She gonna give you signs that she wants.
And then for some reason, if it's like confusing signs, like once you try to touch on her and she seems like, taken aback,
back up a little bit.
Then I would just ask.
Yeah, back up a little bit.
My bad. I don't know if I made you feel uncomfortable. I thought you were feeling me because of this, but maybe I got the wrong idea. It's simple. That's simple. That's simple.
But some guys just want to play these little games and stuff like that. We're not meant to play games. A man don't play games. We pretty much straight up. Female nature, women, it's not games. It's just they just do things in a subtle way. They're not straight up like we are most of the time. But if you straight up with them, they'll be straight up with you. Yeah. Especially with you. If you see a sign, if you feel a sign, yeah, like she said, you ask her. You say, man, but you don't ask her like, damn, do you want to fuck? Something like that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. That's the worst thing.
You're going to get the turn down.
What? And you're going to get...
And the door.
And she probably going to get in the door. Yep, get the hell out. You done messed it all up.
Yep.
So, yeah. So that's fellas, you gotta do better.
Just don't do extra and run the game, because there's no need for all that.
There's no need.
Because I'm not gonna be with you anyways.
And if she make it more than what it is, if it just I'm gonna see you on Netflix and chill, just let it be that. Don't be telling, oh, I'm feeling you now and all this stuff. Yeah. Well, we won't be we could be together. She just told you she had a man. She just told you that, or she told you this all it is. Just let it be that. And just enjoy your time. It's your turn. Just leave it at that.
You know what though? I'll point something out. Whenever I've messed around with guys or whatever you want to call it, or one specific guy, for a certain amount of time while all this has been going on. I mean, it's kind of hard not to catch feelings,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
no, that we human. Yes.
because we're human. It's hard not to catch feelings.
Especially you've been with that person for X amount of time and spend time. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, because it's like, yeah, you want to do your little thing, mess around, you know, just chill, maybe smoke or something, you know, and or have a sip of a drink or something together, and then y'all go your separate ways. But I feel like the more and more you do that, if y'all are feeling each other, it gets harder. You know what I'm saying? And I've definitely been in that situation to where I caught feelings behind somebody. No, I didn't fall in love with them.
But you caught those feelings. You like them a lot.
Oh yeah, I like them a lot.
And you like being around them. You like their vibe. Yeah.
But it's really hard for me because my loyalty, you know what I'm saying? It comes back to my loyalty. Like I can't just drop dude, you know, I can't do that to somebody after I gave them my word. Yes. You know what I'm saying? My commitment.
But at the same time, you already know the faithful thing already there. Y'all know you already got that written down. Because I think, like I always say, communication is the key. You got to communicate things in the beginning. That way, everybody's on the same page. Mm-hmm. That way, you already know, all right, this is a possibility, this would happen. Mm-hmm. This is a possibility, that would happen. But we already know. We gave our word on loyalty, we're going to keep that. Mm-hmm. We're going to try and keep that as long as we can. Now, contracts do get broken. But just to break it like that, no, you can't. No,
yeah, I don't think it's fair to me or him to not give him the opportunity once he does be released from prison to try to see if it would work after us
being
going through everything, all the ups and downs that we've been through after all this time. I feel like it would be a shame to like I said, not give me or him the opportunity.
And you as a woman, not keeping your word, and him as a man. Yeah. You know,
because guess what? If I was done with him right now, I already know I would be like, what if? Once he gets out.
Yeah. And you wouldn't say when he get out. It's like, what if? It's not a when.
No. No, not so much about him getting out, but more so about
the relationship.
Yeah. Like, because if I left him, I would be like, what if that could have worked out? What if he was my soulmate? What if he was going to be the one to treat me like a queen, and nobody has?
But you giving him that chance when you get out to see if that's going to be what it is. Yeah,
most definitely. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm sticking to it. It is really hard, you know.
But you're still having your fun. You're still doing what you do.
But it is hard.
You're not locked down.
One of the hardest things about it too is going to family events or things like that
with nobody. But you can always
33, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being 33, being single. There's nothing wrong with that if you please yourself.
But you can always have that friend who say, "All right, you already know what it is." It's like you don't have them dating sites. What you call that?
Yeah. You have somebody to bring as a date.
Yes, I forgot what you call it.
Yeah.
I forgot what you call it. But a dude like that, where he understand. Y'all go, you take them to the family.
But see, it also depends on your family, though.
That too.
Because I don't want my dude to be getting out and bring them around the family, and then all of a sudden, my brother that don't care for me or get along with me be like, "Hey, that you brought a few years ago."
But he already knew. But you do that.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that.
You would do. All right, gotcha. All right, gotcha.
No, I feel like that's kind of overstepping it a little bit.
So you just keep it single,
right?
All right, cool.
And I have to suffer the consequences, though.
And you really, I went to a lot of when I was going to family and stuff. I went to a lot of my family stuff single. You know, when I had my ex, we went, for the 6 years, but before that, before my baby mama, in between that gap, from 30 to 41-ish, 42-ish, I went to family events alone. So I didn't care.
But you've already had kids at that point, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, I already had my kids.
Okay, see, I don't have kids. I don't have nobody. I don't have a friend to bring. Just like a girlfriend. I don't have a friend, like my homegirl. I don't have nobody to bring. And I see everybody, with their families, with their kids, with their wife, with their husband, with their even Even some of my family members that aren't married, they bring their boyfriend or their girlfriend.
You just sit there by yourself.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting there by myself.
It can feel awkward. Yeah, it can.
It's not awkward. It's just really lonely.
Yeah, it's lonely. Awkward is the same thing. You're like lonely. You sit there, you're looking at everybody else having fun with their people, and you're sitting there like.
It's not so awkward because it's your family, but at the same time, it's
awkward as far as like everybody else got their people. You just sit there by yourself over here like
on my phone.
Yeah.
On my phone.
And they chat with each other, and you on your phone. Yeah. That's the awkward I'm talking about.
Or there's certain things that if it's like mainly couples around me, they can talk about certain things.
Yeah, they have those inside jokes
go through, or that I don't experience because I don't have that my partner here with me.
And they telling inside jokes about themselves, and you by yourself can't. I don't have an inside joke.
Yeah, and to me, it's hard, but it makes me sad. It really makes me sad,
And honestly, that's who I am too. When I go, sometimes I see people together. I'm like, damn, I'll be lonely up in this moment. Not lonely, but because I don't really say I'm lonely. Because I don't get lonely, I can always find something to do to make me not lonely. But I see people like, damn, I wouldn't mind having me a friend up here, to come up here and chill with me sometime, and me and her just watch movies together. It don't have to be
don't have to be a sexual.
Don't have to be a sexual thing. We could just chill up here, and if that does happen, hey, I'm not gonna stop it. We can Netflix, and if we chill, hey, we could just Netflix and just watch a movie. She can go home. Now, if chill happen after Netflix, hey. It is what it is, but I just like the company. I just love the company up here. You can sit and just run about things. So I understand where you're coming from.
Thank you guys for the thumbs up. We got
another
thumbs
thank y'all so much. Yeah, make sure y'all coming for the thumbs up, please. Please make a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. But so hey, I see another person in here, second person. Make it match. Make it match. Give us another thumbs up or maybe a thumbs down. It don't matter. But we done ran it through about what? For this almost an hour, and look like that hour passed by like that. I didn't even realize. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So think about if we was doing some like activity stuff, like I already got plans for it. It would have been like an hour and a half now because you're so into it.
Right.
Like I wasn't even paying attention to the time. I was more looking at thumbs. I was more focused here, and I was focused so much on here, the people and the thumbs up. I really didn't even focus on this. Like how you do that, I don't know, because I was focused on here and here. And now I just looked at it like we almost like 10 to 13 minutes from an hour. And it don't even feel like it. But that's what I like about doing a podcast. We can get deep conversation. Next thing you know, like an hour done pass, hour and a half done pass, 2 hours done pass, you don't even know. But y'all, this week, I'm telling y'all, this is gonna be my ride or die for this. Strictly business. We think on the same level, sort of. See,
he be on my wave.
Yes, and this
he be on my wave.
And then I mean, I was really looking for somebody who's gonna come down in the dirt, down in the dirt with me and build us up. And like I always say, from the airplane, we still at the terminal at terminal T44. We still got people loading on the plane. So, we only got 160 some people on there. Subscription, thank y'all. Subscribers, thank y'all for subscribing and following us and help us build this. But once we get the plane to the point where it start taxiing to the runway, we still gonna let people on. But once we get on the runway and start taking off,
no more onboarding.
Yeah, no more onboarding. Don't be jumping on the plane. No more onboarding. Yeah, because I'm telling y'all, this gonna get up there. I promise you.
All we need y'all to do is subscribe, like the video, dislike the video, whichever, and shoot, word of mouth. Talk about us.
Yeah, sure.
Talk about us, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah, put the
talk
word
about us.
Yeah,
if you ain't talking bad about us, we ain't doing something right.
Yeah, we ain't doing something right. If you talk bad about us, somebody will be like, "Ooh, let's see what's really going on here." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So hey, there it is. So,
we're here for the info. We're here to give y'all the info.
Questions, comments, concerns, and we don't have nobody up in the chat area to ask the question, but that's cool. We're gonna take our time. We're gonna get it there. So it's gonna come in slowly but surely. Yeah. We're gonna keep on grinding and keep on going in the dirt until we get the airplane loaded and start getting until the thing pushed the airplane out. We stopped taxiing to the runway. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this kicked off. So that's my last thing from the $1,000,000 spot. You got anything?
Yeah. We might be having a part 2 about this conversation about people being on the outside with loved ones that are locked up. We might have a part 2. So y'all stay tuned for that. Be looking out for that. I actually put my social media out there. So if anybody
Go ahead.
wants to reach me, if y'all have any questions about my relationship or any questions for me in general, or questions about like your personal stuff. I mean, if I can help y'all out, by all means, I'll try to answer the questions to the best of my ability to help anybody. Because, like I said, sometimes I feel lonely. I ain't got no other prison wife or prison whoever to talk to, you know.
And she come all the way from Fort Worth to come see me. We not at that level where we friends or not. We just kind of we more like trying to build a business, and she'll come. We'll do our thing, and she'll go back to Fort Worth and everything. It is a not actually Fort Worth, on the other side of Fort Worth.
On West Fort Worth.
So West Fort Worth. So she got to pass through Fort Worth before she get on the other side. So that's like an hour from here. She take her time and come out here and help me out. I give this lady much respect, much love. You know what I'm saying? So I forgot what I was trying to say. I can't stay on loose thought. But anyway.
Let me put my social media out there.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Yeah.
So if you guys want to hit me up on Snapchat, my Snapchat is Mrs. Boss 88. It's spelled MRS period BOSS 88. Mrs. Boss 88. Don't forget the period. And then for my Instagram, it's gonna be MLucas 88. MLUCAS 1988. It's M Lucas 1988.
Not Megan, but Morgan.
Morgan, yeah. M as in Morgan. MLUCAS 1988. That is for my Instagram.
She gonna put it in the comment section and in the description box, so you can also look at it there. She gonna do it as soon as we get off, and that way y'all have it, so she can get some good insight on that.
Yeah.
In case people, in that situation and don't want to talk about it, you can always talk to her. She keep all your stuff private, and you're talking to her. And 9 times out of 10, she don't know the people you know. So hit her up.
Yeah, just let me know. Hit me up. I can answer any questions for you. I will. So yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. So y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to this stuff. Hit the notification bell if y'all feel in the Thanksgiving and the holiday spirit. Donate to us. Get the show on the road. And from the top of the $1,000,000 spot, much love, peace, and happy reach. Thank y'all for the subscriptions and all the likes and all that good stuff. And we'll see y'all next time from the top of the $1,000,000 spot.
Bye.
Wow. Let's see. 12.